Hey grade 7s, this is Unit 1, Lesson 1.3 on algebraic expressions. This is an extremely important lesson, so if you need to watch this over again and over again, please do. If you recall last year, you recall that a variable take a guess. What do you remember from last year? A variable is when we let a letter represent any number. That is the basis of algebraic expressions. Now, when we have a variable, say n is our variable, and we times that by 100, we now have an algebraic expression. So basically any math problem that has a variable in it is called an algebraic expression. It's important to know how to read an algebraic expression. So for instance, if you're presented with n plus 3 or 3 plus n, which is the same, essentially the same expression, what does this mean? This, in English, if I were to write it out, this simply means that, oh, we have an algebraic expression with n, so it means 3 more than a number. What's that number? Well, it's n. If we had 7n, how would we read that? That simply means 7 times a number, which is n. What if I had, what if I had n minus 8? How would we read that? That simply means 8 less than a number. Again, a number refers to the variable, which is n. What if we had n over 20? Well, we read that is it's a number divided by 20. And of course, and again, a number refers to our variable, which is n. These 4 examples which I showed you are at the top of page 17. They're well worth a look, because I'm going to I'll tell you now, you guys need to understand this before you move on. Because you will be presented with an expression, an algebraic expression, such as the following. You'll be given 5, for instance, 5k plus 3. There's an algebraic expression. What is the variable? What is the variable? The variable, of course, is k. That's our variable. Now, how do we read this expression so that it makes sense? Well, it means that 5 times a number then add 2. Or add 3, rather. It's important that when you read this, that you do the timesing first, then you add the 3. You don't do it backwards, add the 3 first, and then do the timesing. So 5 times a number, and then add 3. You might be presented with a problem where you are given the algebraic expression, but you are also asked to figure out or evaluate if the variable equals 3. So figure out means the same as evaluate. And you'll see that word evaluate quite often. So evaluate means figure out. So if we're going to evaluate the algebraic expression 5k plus 2, and we're given the variable where k equals 3, we simply plug in the variable. 5, we'll put 3 in brackets, plus 2. Well, what does this mean? It means 5 times 3 plus 2. We're going to do the multiplication first. 5 times 3 is 15 plus 2. And, of course, this comes out to 17. So that's an example where we use, you're given the variable and you have to evaluate the algebraic expression when you are given the value of a variable. One more important thing is you need to understand the parts of an algebraic expression. So in 5k plus 3, we call the 5 the numerical coefficient. And then k, you should know by now that that is our variable. And 3 is our constant term. This all is the language of math, and it's extremely, extremely important. I can't emphasize enough how much you have to pay attention to this language. Please do not dismiss it, because it will cause problems for you in the long run. So it's important to know the parts of the algebraic expression up here. So we have the numerical coefficient, the variable, and the constant term. All this information is on page 17 in your text. It's extremely, extremely important, this page. And that's about it. You now have the information you need in order to go on. Please watch this video again if you run into problems. And have fun. Bye.